The author, Don Miguel Ruiz, says, "We only see what we want to see. We only hear what we want to hear. Our belief system is just like a mirror that only shows us what we believe." It can be theorized that our brains are so powerful that we can turn our beliefs, what we think, into our own personal truths. What is a truth? Is truth a fact? If our truth is a fact, then we have the power to make anything fact, but where's the line? If a 5-year-old tells you that she saw the real tooth fairy, is that a fact? From this way of thinking, everything that you believe can undisputably become a truth and with that a fact. But we also know the tooth fairy isn't real. We can prove this child's truth in fact to be wrong. The real question is, who gets to decide what is truth and a fact and what isn't? Is it hypocritical for us to gatekeep what truth and facts are? As an FBI investigator, consulting truth and fact can be dangerous to a case. If, for instance, a bloody knife is found at a crime scene along with a suspected killer, we can conclude that the man is the murderer, for he was at the scene and so was the murder weapon. This becomes the truth and then a fact. But what if this man were to say that he just happened to be at the crime scene, the wrong place at the wrong time? That would skew the investigation. There would then be two facts against each other. And then again, there's the question, who decides which fact has more validity? They're at a standstill and they let the killer go. He kills again, the cycle continues. Within the last few years, truth and fact have become perverse. In my search for them, I have grown to depend on what I know already to be truth and fact in order to decide what is truth and what is fact. But then again, I must ask, who am I? Why are my truth and facts true and factual, but not the ones I'm disputing? What makes me, Agent Spiney of the FBI, so special that I can make those choices?
Hello?
Folger, are you in Philadelphia still?
Yes.
I thought you were over this.
There's something here, Spiny. I can feel it.
This is a lot, even for you, Folger. I think you need to hang it up.
No, but I'm close.
Are you?
I know so. Bad things are happening here, Spiny.
What are these bad things, Folger?
Well, that depends.
On?
Samples I gave you?
Well, that's what I'm calling you about, Folger. I don't understand what you're trying to prove with these. Do you know what you sent me, Folger?
You tell me.
Claws. You sent me claws, mole claws to be exact. Why did you send me mole claws?
These mole claws are substantial evidence. For the past few months, I've been digging deep into the disappearance of my sister.
I thought you believed she was abducted by an
Yes, but by the wrong thing.
I'm confused.
What do you know about tunnels?
I think you're deflecting.
Answer the question, Spiny.
I mean, tunnels connect places together, usually underground. There's the Lincoln Tunnel that connects New Jersey to New York. There's the Channel Tunnel that connects England to France. Many animals and insects create tunnels for shelter, food as well.
What if I told you there were secret government tunnels?
I would tell you that I know they are partially true. There are tunnels under New York and tunnels under the White House. Can you just explain yourself? Why am I examining mole claws?
It's an undeniable fact that there is a child sex trafficking ring in the United States. We know this from the Jeffrey Epstein case. And we also know he didn't kill himself in his prison cell. What we don't know is how these children are being moved and who is a part of this organization.
Yes, I agree.
Now, what if I told you I had a contact in Philadelphia that has escaped this system of trafficking? They have a first-hand account of the actions that took place. My evidence corroborates their story. I have a clear path to finding out the truth behind these criminals, Spiny.
What are you proving?
Spiny, the mole claws I recovered came from sites that could lead underground into a system of secret tunnels, only known by a select few in a highly secret cabal, a Satan-worshipping cult. These mole claws are what my contact said I would find at these sites. It proves that the secret sex trafficking ring is worse than what we originally thought. It confirms that they have been carrying out experiments on children. I can say without a doubt that there is a Satan-worshipping sex trafficking ring that is secretly moving children across the United States through a secret tunnel. And these sex traffickers have been breeding children specifically for their disgusting ring. This ring has made what can only be described as homo talpidae.
Wait, are you suggesting that?
Yes. That there is, in fact, a new subspecies of human. We would call them, in our common vernacular, mole children.
Is this a joke?
What's wrong about this?
I mean, Folger, you're saying that a cabal of individuals have bred a subspecies of human moles. Besides your circumstantial evidence, what proof is there? This is a wild claim. You're moving further into science fiction than usual.
My contact was a mole child. They were able to demolify themselves. There is a process in which you can demolify yourself.
Is there proof of this process of demolification? You can't just change your DNA, especially if it's from mole person to human. Do you hear yourself speak? Have you met this contact? No. To which part?
All of it?
Where did you find this contact, Folger?
Twitter.
Is this where the future of FBI investigation has gone to? Finding contacts with no proof of evidence on Twitter? How are you even sure this person isn't just playing you for a loop, Folger?
Look, where's your faith, Spiny?
I need proof. Real proof. I can't justify this. Do I think there's children being sex trafficked by powerful men? Yes. Do I think these children are mole children? I don't think so, Folger. There is something real here, but I think you got lost in it.
Spiny, we've seen incredible things. Things that can't be explained. Unexplainable crop circles, obscure sightings of rare creatures, synthetic virtual sex slime.
I still don't believe in the sex line.
All I'm saying, Spiny, is that you have the obligation to at least humor the idea. Who are you to say that this isn't true, that my contact is lying?
Perhaps.
Think, Spiny. The signs are right in front of us.
Signs don't always point us in the right direction.
Look at billionaire Elon Musk and Grimes. Elon has mass wealth, and Grimes is a known freakazoid. And what do they have in common?
They have a child.
They have a child! A child that has never been seen in pictures. A child that doesn't even have a real name. And why is that? Because they had a mole child and are saving it from being trafficked.
That's jumping to conclusions.
How about when you look at Grimes' discography? In 2012, Grimes released the song Genesis. The definition of Genesis is the origin or mode of formation of something. Formation of a new breed of humans. The opening lyrics to the song are, "My heart I never feel, I never see, I never know." The mole children have never felt the love of another person. They have bad eyesight, much like moles, because they live in the dark, and they will never know life outside of this life. Grimes was calling out for the savior of the mole children. Not to mention the recent mission by the U.S. government to extract mole children from under Central Park by sending the USNS Comfort to New York City.
The USNS Comfort was there to treat COVID patients.
I'm starting to think COVID is a part of this, Spiny. Think about it. A pandemic is a perfect way to extract these children. Everywhere else in the world is fine. Only the US seems to be suffering from the disease. It's a ruse that's being used to rescue the mole children. With everyone off the streets, they can go into New York's secret tunnels. The underground City Hall station, the 12th Avenue cow tunnels, the Freedom Tunnel, and excavate these children. It's reported that at least over 1,000 homeless adults call these tunnels their home. So it's fair to say there could be hundreds of thousands of mole children being hidden in these tunnels as well. They are smaller, after all. This would call for a major search and rescue. Who knows how long the tunnels are and how many mole children there are? An operation this big would require a large cover, a massive cover. The looming fear of dying from a disease that we don't understand is the perfect cover. Keep everyone inside, afraid and panicked as rescuers do their jobs. That's New York City, Spiny. And I'm here in Philadelphia. We don't know the severity of the tunnels here. We don't know how many mole children there are, Spiny. They have to be found. And now all of a sudden there's a new spike in COVID? It's an attempt to extract more children. From where? I can't tell you. But I know something is happening in Philadelphia. If not now, then soon.
Folger, hold on to that thought. All of those thoughts, to be exact, because I can't believe you're suggesting to me, a medical doctor, that the global coronavirus pandemic is a conspiracy to save mole children. And now you are implying that the US government is involved in this. What agenda do they have? Why wouldn't they rescue these children publicly and bring people to justice?
I don't know, Spiny. I don't know how to answer any of that. Nobody knows who to trust about this. Anyone in the government could be a part of this. Doing it secretly is the perfect way to not implicate anybody, to avoid conflict and save the children. You know, what's wrong with saving the children?
You're wrapped up. Don't you hear yourself? You continue to justify and contradict yourself. I think you should come back to Washington. Stay in the office for a little bit. Let this go.
I'm not letting up on any of this. There's something out there. I know it.
Can I tell you something about moles, Folger? Moles are a common animal in Philadelphia. Although Philadelphia is an urban area, moles have been known to disrupt soil and enter gardens throughout Philadelphia County. Seeing those mole claws could have been from moles that live in Philadelphia. They could have been blown from these locations through the Philadelphia wind tunnels. They also could have been planted by your mole contact. Folger, I know all of this can seem so convincing, but there's so many more avenues you have to navigate through in order to justify and defend this conspiracy. You've thrown so much information at me that doesn't prove anything. I know why you wouldn't believe this. It's harder to accept that the real monsters of life are the people next door, not the monsters under your bed. The world is a scary place. Your sister was abducted when you were young. I am here for you as your friend, but seeing you go on this goose chase to uncover a Satan-worshiping child sex ring that you think abducted your sister and makes mole children is distracting you from the real truth of the situation, the real facts of the situation, the real pain of the situation. I'm not saying that there isn't a sex trafficking ring being run. I'm not saying that they aren't guilty of their crimes, but this one idea got out of control.
I don't need to convince you of the truth. We're not one to judge others' truths. The fact of the matter is that this truth is mine. I know this. And you may be my partner, but you don't get to decide what is and isn't true. It's not your call. I'm staying in Philadelphia. I'm exploring this at every avenue. There is something here, and it'll lead me to what I need to expose. Goodbye, Spiny.
I can be a hard ass when I believe in something. I'm a maverick. I go in completely when I believe. My passion throws me into it. Now, I know it can be difficult to talk to me. I understand that what I believe is unbelievable, but what is stopping us from believing? What we see on TV, what we read, we're made to be free thinkers, not followers. I remember being told by my father to be a shepherd, not a sheep. There are personal truths and shared truths. There are personal facts and shared facts. I'm much more interested in the personal ones. They're untainted. People are known to lie, cheat, deceive. We've seen businessmen ruin lives. We've seen governments deny minorities. We've seen news companies be sold by political parties. There's a danger in shared truths and shared facts. They build a mob mentality bent on proving that they are right. Personal truths and facts never need to be proven. They are just. When I look at Spiny, I see someone who has the capability to be a free thinker, to be somebody who values personal truths and facts. I want her to know that it's okay to believe in the unbelievable. It'll be better for her. She will be able to truly see what lies beneath the surface, behind the lies, the false truths, and the contradictions set by the people who want us to fall in line.